I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, life is all about timing. This real estate market, certainly all about timing. Is it time to buy? Is it time to sell? Is it time to refinance? We'll address that and more. It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. If you've been threatened by the IRS, you're not helpless. I'm attorney Justin Clark. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and to fight levies on your account. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your life.
This is a special offer from IQ Power Solar.
Stop paying high electric bills with a solar power system from IQ Power Solar. And now it's never been easier. IQ Power Solar can give you immediate electric bill relief right now when you go solar. IQ Power Solar will reimburse you for your very next electric bill. Plus, if you're a first responder, IQ Power Solar will pay your program payment for the rest of the year. Call 407-585-1018 now or visit iqpowersolar.com.
And welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, renter, or even looking to sell your house, this show is designed just for you. Think about hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the show, people are standing by to answer them. The phone number on the screen, 407-205-0400. Honestly, a great show for you today. You will not want to miss a single minute. But first, the opening statement. The opening statement is brought to you today by my good buddy, Stephen Bader with IQ Power Solar. As you know, I went solar last year. I'm saving about $300 a month on my electricity bill. Also, I saved $10,000 last year on my IRS bill. Steve, how did we do?
This new program offers you a 40-year transferable warranty on the product, their performance, the workmanship, the labor. That is the best warranty that's ever been flirted with in this sector, ever, hands down, right? We're giving you a production guarantee. If we promise it's going to produce something and it produces less, we'll cut you a check for the difference. We're giving you a home value increase guarantee. If we tell you that it's going to increase your home value $23,000 and the appraiser is stuck at 20, we cut you a check for the difference, okay? Trade-in program. In 10 years, if you want a cool new system or you want to add stuff up, you have loyalty credits to where you have 50% of your system. If you spent 40 grand, you have $20,000 to trade in and trade up, okay? If you move, if you sell the house, the credits stay with the homeowner, not the home. So if you don't trade up, you sell the house and you move to a new home, you have those credits to go to a new system on a new home, right? And if you move into a house that's not qualified for solar, you can then get cash back instead of a trade up. So we spent 4 years developing this program. Customer loyalties for add-ons. You want to add a battery later. You want to add a new water heater. You just got a pool. You want to add solar pool heat. You can literally do this with no cost if you're in our customer loyalty program. And most importantly, if you spent $35,000 today and you go through our program, on the 15th year, if you haven't used any credits or anything like that, we will cut you a check for the entire cost of your system.
I can't think of a better time than now to save money, save the environment, and you can do so at 407-205-0400.
Just in case you haven't heard lately, mortgage rates are at historic lows. In my entire career, I have never seen them dip this low. Now may be your best time to own your dream home and stop throwing your hard-earned money away on rent, refinance to a lower rate to save money on your monthly mortgage payment, or pay off high-interest credit card and other debt. My name is Dallas Lehman, president of You Have Mortgage. No one knows when rates will begin to climb again, but they will and can go back up quickly. Call me today so we can tailor your historic rate and program. Our premier Under One Roof team is here to provide our very best for you.
You know, today is all about timing. Isn't life all about timing when you really think about it? But today's about timing to buy, timing to sell, or timing to refinance your home. These are difficult questions, especially in a very confusing real estate market. But we're going to answer the question about timing, and we're going to do so by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on the show, we ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, welcome back, Dallas Lehman. You have Mortgage. Dallas, how are you, sir?
Great, Justin. Great to see you. Thanks.
And returning visitor as well, Ray Lopez. Ray, great to see you as always. How are you, buddy?
Thank you, Justin, and always great to be on the show with you guys.
You know, timing is important in life. Timing with relationships, timing with job, timing with kids. But timing in real estate is a very important question right now. And I know a lot of people are coming to you, clients of yours, whether they're looking to buy or sell, and they don't know if the timing is right. Ray, we've talked on the show a lot about how this market has been crazy, how we're getting 30 offers per home on these houses. And I think that there are people that are sitting out there on the couch renting who think that timing's not right for them. And they think it's not right because they feel like they can't compete in this market. They think they're going to put offers in on a house and they're not going to be accepted. We were talking before the show, and you see, this is not a scare factor by any stretch of the imagination, but you do see maybe the market softening up a little bit to where the timing might be right for someone to buy a house. What are you seeing out there?
Well, if you look at what the pandemic did for us last year, a lot of people thought the market was going to crash, kind of like a 2008-ish, could this be the turning point? We've had a pretty good market since 2012. We've had appreciation go up quite a bit. If you look at the median price in Orlando in 2011, it was $95,000 for Orlando. $95,000 is as low as it got.
$95,000.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
and what is it now?
As of last month, it's $315,000.
And they say real estate's not a safe investment, huh?
Yep. So what happened though, with the people that couldn't or didn't want to buy during that time frame when everything shut down in April and May of last year, people still want to buy and sell real estate, but everybody was cautious. So what happened in June and July, those folks pushed into the rest of the year. And as a real estate community, we set records for sales starting in July every month all the way up until now. So every month that we've posted total sales has been a record for Aura. And that's what's driven our market. So last month we did have a record month, but what we saw starting in June was either due to buyer fatigue or people going on vacation, but we actually saw a little bit of a cooling. And what I mean by cooling, we went from a white hot market where you were just talking about 30 to 40 offers on a house to maybe it going through the weekend and having a few showings and maybe getting 1 to 3 offers or no offers at all, depending on the condition and the price point of the house.
Right.
So in that type of a market, we saw that starting in June, people started getting scared. Hey, is it turning? No, the market, there's still so many people moving down here, Justin, that the market's not going to turn anytime soon.
Exactly.
The appreciation will slow down, thank goodness, because we've had, the people that stopped paying their mortgages back at the beginning of the pandemic and went into forbearance, they've made between 15 and 20% on their homes.
Yeah.
So our market is definitely unique.
And timing is important, not just when it comes to the purchase price of your home. Timing is important what the interest rate is when you purchase that home. And that's where Dallas Lehman comes in, Dallas. A lot of people maybe have been sitting on the sidelines because they hear the horror stories that you can't get an offer accepted. And they're like, you know what, I will just wait. But a big piece of that is we aren't necessarily buying a purchase price. We're buying a monthly payment for our PITI mortgage payment. That's what we're really concerned about. As those interest rates go up, that payment goes up as well, which makes the timing and sort of the combination of real estate agent and mortgage person working together so very important. Rates right now, what are we seeing?
Well, timing is, what you say, Justin, is spot on. Timing is now, rates I would say in a range right now, if you're looking at a 30-year fixed, a good rate range would be, I would say, 2 5/8, which is 2.625,
Wow.
to maybe 3.25. That's a good range right now for a 30-year fixed. If you're looking at a 15-year fixed, you could be looking at 1.75 to maybe 2.5. These are still strong ranges. Now, what goes down, timing, speaking about timing, what goes down must go up. Now, what I would say to that is we all know we're enjoying this market now with great rates. Business is good. Everything's fine. People are slowly getting religion. Those that weren't listening are starting to say, we better refinance now. But let's say rates start to tick up, which they are going to. We all know that. But here's what I like what you said about your PIT payment is where you can get qualified to buy that house. You get that payment with a PITI payment of 2.875. Let's say in 4 months, 5 months down the road, we maybe creep up to 4%. or 4 1/8. Now that payment, so that PIT payment, you may not qualify as easily as you did with that nice low payment. So timing is everything. I honestly believe, though, I listen and I read all my reports like Ray, you do yours too. Bottom line is this: they are going to go up a little bit, but the president has spoken, the chairman has spoken, all the people in the finance for the United States of America have spoken. They say we are going to hold rates down. So I believe that. I believe that to be true. Like we said, we don't have crystal balls. We don't know for sure. But what I would say is 2.875 today is a very nice low rate. 4 1/8, maybe a little bit later in the year, is still a tremendously low rate. Ray, you're going to be happy. All the realtors are going to be happy. We're all going to be happy. But you know what? Take advantage of the timing right now. Get your best opportunity. Start to do it right now.
I think if you're renting, the timing is right now to purchase a home. I understand, the market's up so high, I'm going to lose my money. It's going to be 2008 again. We are not going to have a crash like we did in 2008. Is the market going to level out a little bit? Sure. That is not so bad, especially when you're talking about your primary home. Who really cares? You're going to stay there for a few years anyway. You don't really care if the market just levels out. But we are not going to see the crisis anywhere near like what we had in 2008, right? And then if you look at our median, even the median prices here so far up from the 95,000, if you compare us to California, Connecticut, New York, Florida is actually relatively inexpensive, is it not?
It is. So the national median average for pricing is 365. So at us at 315, we're a big city of great, Central Florida, somewhere around between 2 and 2.5 million people. I got a call from a lady. I don't know if people have heard, but Disney's going to be moving a lot of their executives to Lake Nona here in Orlando. That's great. Got a call. Lady lives in Thousand Oaks, and she said, the company's moving. I have a choice. I either go with the company or I don't go with the company and don't work for Disney anymore. So we're going.
Yeah.
And she goes, what I really like is I like the pricing in Orlando.
Right.
So
of course.
When you talk about affordability, Justin, 315, even though it's a lot up from 95,000,
Sure.
we were one of the cities that crashed the hardest. So we had a lot to gain back, and we have.
Maybe I'm sitting at home right now thinking about selling my home, but I'm waiting sort of on the peak of this market. I want to wait it out a little bit longer to make sure I'm selling for maximum value. What do you tell that person?
Well, what I tell them is inside of the year in real estate, there are better times to sell to get top dollar. But a lot of times when people are trying to time the market, they're typically buying in the same market. So if you buy at the tip top, if you sell at the tip top, you're also buying at the tip top.
That's right.
So leveraging that interest rate that Dallas is talking about, that's the X factor that makes everything perfect.
Let's say I have a second home. So I'm not going to buy another second home. I have my primary home. I'm going to stay there. Everything's fine. I want to sell my home at the peak of the market. When do I sell it?
You sell it in the spring and summer, period. That's for our market. We have a very traditional market. A non-traditional market would be like an Ocala, the Villages, or Sarasota, to where the snowbirds come in, where it's busier in the wintertime. Here, spring and summer, top dollar.
How closely does my mortgage broker, mortgage banker work with my real estate agent? How important is that relationship?
That relationship is extremely important. I would say the realtors that I work with, we have an outstanding relationship. And one of the benefits is I will be there with them throughout the transaction. I try to attend all of my closings. I want them to know that I'm in there with them from start to finish, weekends if they need to be. But a lot of times, the communication is very fast and very efficient between a realtor and myself. We can get so much done in 5 minutes. Hey, do you realize something with this with title? Hey, do you know about the quick communications, and it's an outstanding relationship. And who's the winner? The borrower, the buyer. And it works out very, very well. It's a great relationship.
And I know you're not one of them, but I know some of you out there don't listen very well at times. And I've seen this happen time and time again. I come and see you. Ray comes in, he's going to buy a house for me, or he's going to be my buyer's agent, and then you're going to be my mortgage guy. And the first thing you say is, don't do this, don't do that, and then they run out and do it, and literally it kills the deal. What are some of the mistakes that I make between putting that contract in, getting the contract accepted, and closing that will prevent me from getting approved for that mortgage?
That's a great question, Justin. Excuse me, very good question. And these are common mistakes, and you've heard me say this, and it's very
Indeed,
true.
over and over. And just like turn my phone off.
Pull my hair out, but I'll tell, please, to the bar, do not go car shopping. That's the number one no-no, refinancing, buying a home, because what's going to happen is The car salesman is going to pull your credit 5, 6, 7, 8 times, all hard hits, and it's going to drop your score. On the same subject, I will say, please do not go out and buy any big ticket items. This isn't the time to go to Rooms to Go, Appliance Direct, and buy something large. That's going to skew your debt to income ratios, and you probably won't qualify. Very important is when it comes to your credit, everybody watches, guards their credit, tries to, does their best job. The one thing I always tell them is do not open any credit cards and do not close any credit cards. Both of those things can also lower your credit score, and that's a big part of the rate you're going to get. These are all very simple things. People hear it, they say yes, but then for some reason, Lord knows why, sometimes they do something I say, and that can delay the deal.
Right.
It can stop the deal. But I will say this, and the good thing is, many of the people that I work with, they do listen, and most of them do what I ask them to do, and they're happy with the end result. Right. But there is always that one or two, Justin. You've heard me say,
guilty.
Why did you do
Guilty
it?
as charged. It was a while. I was young, Ray. Okay. I don't want to talk about it. Well, now is the part of the show where you're sick of hearing me talk. I understand that. You're like, show me some houses, Justin. And Ray Lopez was nice enough to bring a couple of listings that are out there on the market right now. Derek Ryan, let's go to 2501 Dharma Circle. Ray, tell me about this one. Where is this, by the way?
So this is down in Kissimmee / the Davenport area. It's actually a short-term rental community.
Oh, okay.
When the gentleman bought this, him and his family come to Disney several times a year. You can see that it's basically move-in ready as far as a family on vacation. It's a 4.5 tile roof. Beautiful, has its own pool, really close to all the parks. So beautiful home.
How important are these pictures when you're listing a house? Is the quality of photos, is that an important part of selling a house?
It's all about that.
Really?
And especially during the pandemic, I own what's called a Matterport 3D camera. And when people didn't want to travel and they still wanted to buy, within the last 12 months, we've actually sold 12 houses sight unseen.
Is that right?
So walk-through video and beautiful pictures are paramount because of the pandemic.
Where are you hearing more people coming from? Is it California, New York? What are you hearing? Miami?
For Florida, so if you look at where people are coming from outside of the state, well, inside of the state, Miami. It's so expensive.
Dallas was all about getting out of there.
Of course.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We love to visit, though.
We sure do. It's a great place to visit.
But, New York is our biggest giver of people.
Wow, unbelievable. What is the price point on Dharma Circle there? That's a beautiful house. And
$455.
who buys that? Is that a family that's going to live there, or is that someone wants an investment property to rent out?
Typically an investment property. They're going to rent it out. The gentleman makes $5,000 to $7,000 a month.
What? Wow, that's covering the nut and then some, huh?
Then some. And he was fortunate enough to buy it a year ago for $355.
Really? Unbelievable. If you'd like to see this property or any property, or you want to even check your credit to see if you're ready to qualify for a mortgage, I've left the phone number on the screen right here, 407-205-0400. I will literally connect you with Ray and Dallas right now, but you got to call the number. They'll take very good care of you. House number 2, 10712 Summit Lakes. Where is this, Ray?
This is out in Claremont.
Okay.
Very nice neighborhood, the shores of Lake Claire subdivision. Very nice 3-2, about 2,000 square feet. You can see it's squared away. It almost looks like a model.
Oh, wow.
Has its own pool. What's really nice is the outdoor living area is very large, undercover. So if it happens to rain like it does every afternoon in the summer,
That's right.
you have plenty of time, place to stay dry.
What do you think about Lake County as a real estate hotbed right now?
It's, all of Orlando is,
Right.
but because it's a little bit more affordable out that way, it is growing quite a bit.
It is. Lake County is out of control. I was down that way yesterday, and it's really growing up.
Absolutely.
And again, a price point on this, if you were to buy this versus rent it, you're going to pay way less because the interest rates are so low, it almost doesn't make sense to not buy right now. What is the price?
Well, and it's $415. And
$415.
yes, what I'm getting now are renters saying I have to buy because rents are going up so high that I can't afford to rent anymore. And I'm moving every year because it's going up so high.
Yeah. And what I'm seeing too is the landlord is thinking this is a very good market to sell in, and they're not renewing your lease, or they're trying to pick a fight with you is what they're doing to make you leave that place. I'm seeing way too much of that. I got to tell you, if you're a landlord too, constructive eviction is a real thing. Don't do it. You can get sued for that. If you really want to evict your tenant for a just cause, you need to go through the proper channels to do that, no doubt. I'm seeing a lot of tenants in my office very, very angry right now. So you can't do it. You can't constructively evict them, please. If you take anything from today, don't do that. All right, 407-205-0400. And another thing, when you make that decision, the timing decision, buy versus rent, and we've talked about this before, and it sounds weird, I guess, but what I hear is, I just don't think I'm financially stable enough to buy a house. But it's easier to buy because if something happens, God forbid, to your job or family, the bank has to foreclose on you. And close your ears, Dallas. I don't want to talk about this, but the bank has to foreclose on you. It takes a year or 2 years if you do something about it. Whereas if you don't pay your rent, your landlord has you out in a month. It's a no-brainer in some ways. Excellent job, guys. You have a few more minutes. Could you stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable?
Absolutely.
Yep. Excellent. And without further ado, it's time for your portion of the show. It's time for the Real Estate Roundtable. Every Saturday here on the show, I answer your questions from throughout the week. Here's all you need to do. Go to our Facebook page. You have real estate. Ask me a question right there, and we might just answer yours on the TV show next week. We're going to start with Donnie in Lake County. All right, perfect. Good timing. How important is it that my agent knows my specific area?
Well, if real estate is very local, which it is, knowing the area and helping this person find the right house, it's so competitive, Justin. Mm-hmm. So when somebody says, I like this, we want to check as many boxes as possible, because when they're making their best offer possible, and we just talked about multiple offers, right? So last month, 69% of the offers that were accepted were multiple offers.
Really?
So that is actually a May figure. So if most of them are multiple, the person wants to make sure they're at least in the right area. So location is very, very crucial.
And I know you don't have a crystal ball either, but let's say that my house is worth $300,000 as we sit here today. What do you think my house is worth December later this year?
Well, from what everybody's saying, we're not going to be slowing down anytime soon. Dallas and I were talking about the droves of people moving into the state. The numbers as of last month were for every 8 people that move in, 7 stay.
Oh, really?
So
I haven't heard that number.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So if that many people are coming, our appreciation isn't going to move quite as fast if the market cools, which it looks like it is, but it's just not going to be going up at the rate that it's been going up at 1 to 1.5% a month.
Right.
So maybe a couple of points, or it could be 5.
You don't see my house at $300,000 today, worth $290 in December.
Well, there's just no indicators. It's a great question, right?
Sorry.
I mean, I get that question all the time. What would make everything turn around? Mm-hmm. So this is the real numbers. Our market in Central Florida typically has 10 to 11,000 homes for sale. Right now, we have 3,100 homes for sale.
I mean, that's a staggering number.
So real estate's like economics 101, right? Supply and demand. We don't have a lot of supply. We have so many people coming down, so the demand is high. There will be times of the year that are a little bit slower, like right around the holidays, that we might not be a super duper hot market. But for the most part, our stability and appreciation and values will be there because we're Florida.
Yeah. Sam in Orlando is here. Hello, Sam. Thanks for chiming in. What is the difference in FHA versus Fannie or Freddie? I'm thinking about buying a house. I want to know my options. Dallas Lehman.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are the 2 largest institutions. What I like about FHA is probably one of the best loan programs out there. And one of the reasons people like it is you only have to put 3.5% down. The guidelines are a little more forgiving on this program than they might be for a conventional Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac product. And to go one step further, the FHA programs that are being offered now, some of the lenders that I work with have even brought those scores down a little bit less to make sure that people qualify for it. So I would say, hey, you know what? Conventional is a great way to go if you can go that way, but if you're a first-time home buyer, maybe money's a little bit tight. 3.5% in a great program is a very safe, good loan out there.
Are sellers accepting any offers with FHA right now?
They're starting to because of the market. We actually, one of my newer realtors just got a offer for a condo at $20,000 under ask FHA.
Whoa.
Which 3 months ago would have been 30 offers.
Better believe it.
Unbelievable. So something is changing a little bit.
Just slowing.
It's not changing terribly, but there is a little bit of a change. And I really think that if you have been scared from making an offer on a house right now because of everything you read in the media about the market skyrocketing, about lines out the door for every listing, it's definitely time to consider buying a house. If you're renting, it's not good right now. There's almost no availability for rentals. They're kicking you out left and right, and it's a very, very bad way to live right now when I have rates as low as they are, historically low, rates that I don't think are gonna stay that low for that much longer, although Dallas and I disagree on that a little bit. We don't disagree on much, but I feel like they're gonna go up faster than we think, just because I see this inflation. It feels like something that's happened in the past to me. I don't know what it is, I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like now's the time to lock in or refinance Dallas. I mean,
Absolutely.
at what rate should I have now before I consider refinancing? Should I refinance at a 3.5, at a 4? What do you think?
I've got to tell you what's important is when I look at a refinance.
In 30 seconds,
Sure.
sorry.
No, that's okay. A lot of people have debt out there, and a lot of it is credit card debt. They are paying between 23.9% all the way up to 35% interest. It doesn't matter. As long as we can get you in at today's rate, you will be much better off financially by that refi.
Excellent job. Dallas Lehman, as always, brother.
Pleasure.
Ray Lopez. Let's get together
you.
outside of here someday, too. It's been too
Yes.
long, buddy. Great agent right here. Ray's one of the best. Thank you both. Great
you.
job. Most importantly, thank you for joining me today and every Saturday here. If you could, hit record series right now. We're here with you every Saturday at noon. You won't want to miss a second of it. You want to get pre-approved. Dallas Lehman is here. You can call him now, 407-205-0400. You want to buy or sell your house, Ray Lopez is there for you at that very same phone number. I'm attorney Justin Clark, and I'll see you next Saturday for You Have Real Estate. Here with my good buddy Carter Burks with Carter Water at a house doing a full house install. Now, we're not in my house, but I do have this system in my house, and I love it. Thank you to Carter Water for what you guys have done for me.
Absolutely.
Not only am I saving money every day, because we're not buying bottled water anymore, Carter, the shower feels totally different now. Why is that?
Well, because you don't have any hardness in your water anymore, Justin. Calcium, magnesium's gone, the chlorine's gone as well. So all you have is good, clean water.
And the cost. I paid $0 up front, and literally the cost of a couple of bottles of water per month, all while having much better water. Why is the Florida water so bad?
Well, because we come from the Florida aquifer. The aquifer is polluted. It's full of everything we do up here gets down there. Then the city has to hit it with so many chemicals to make it safe to come out to you.
Right. And you know, we have families. I have a family. I feel so much better now that my family's protected from that bad water. I think what people don't understand is when you're bathing, when you're showering in the Florida water, that's also not good for your health.
It's not, because your skin will soak it up. You just don't drink it, you consume it through your body as well.
And what kind of process is that? Is this a several-day deal? You're gonna have to uproot the family, or is this fairly simple?
There's no backhoes or bulldozers involved, I guarantee it, because our patented technology with NASA and the EPA, it provides good, clean water throughout every single faucet in your home. So whether it's here in the kitchen, in the bathroom, you always are protected with good, clean water.
So when you leave this house today, this family is going to be able to turn that on and drink fresh, clean, healthy water. Is that what you're telling me?
That's it right there.
$0 down, payment plans. You're going to pay so little per month. Do yourself a favor. Call my man Carter Burks with Carter Water today. You will absolutely not regret that decision.
Do you want to feature your home for free on our show? My name is Vivian Lehman with You Have Realty, and we've come up with a comprehensive marketing strategy to get your home sold quickly. Whether buying or selling, we have all the resources for your real estate transaction: builder, insurance, title, mortgage, and we might even know Justin Clark. All under one roof. Call us at 407-205-0400.